ever up a tree, call on me. If you're ever in a mess, SOS. If you ever find yourself in a jail, I'm your bail. 'Cause it's friendship, just the perfect friendship. When other friendships are soon forgot, ours will still be hot. A la, jig, jig, jig. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantharangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
That's a little deep cut for you guys that like F with the classic television. That's from I Love Lucy. Blades isn't here today just because we just didn't feel like hitting her up for this one. Nah, I'm just playing. I had one more I needed to knock out just for the week, and I was like an episode behind, and Blades wasn't around. I was like, Rick, just come through. Let's just knock this episode out. Let's have a conversation as boys, as homies, because I actually haven't seen you.
I know.
You know, I've been in like a hospital for like a week, and
Weird.
taking care of a little shitting ass ball of flesh.
Bruh, that's what they do.
Yeah, it's
Shit and sleep.
they just shit and sleep, and that's it. It's pretty fucking cool though, man. Not gonna lie. So in case you guys didn't know what we're talking about, I had a baby. Oh, but before we get into the baby, that song I was singing in the beginning was from I Love Lucy, right? Mm-hmm. And we were just talking about how much we love Wandavision. Mm-hmm. And I loved Wandavision from the beginning, mm-hmm. okay? And I saw a lot of murmurs on Twitter. People were saying it was boring first 3 episodes in. They were saying like, you know, it's corny, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, for one, y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
Because it was obvious, to me anyways, right, that it wasn't what it was. Yeah. That it was leading up to something weird, right? Mm-hmm. From the beginning spoiler alert, if you haven't watched WandaVision, but spoiler alert, from the beginning when they're at the table and then the weird shit starts to happen to the dude, he has a little stroke or whatever, I'm like, okay, something fucked up is happening in this world. Yeah. And the fact that people were watching this like, oh, this is boring, I don't like old sitcoms. I'm like, are you dumb?
They gotta be dumb, man. How you don't like I Love Lucy?
That was part 2. I think a lot of people that didn't appreciate it for what it was just didn't grow up on the throwback sitcoms that we did.
Yeah, it's so weird. So I watched it with Tway, right? Mm-hmm. And she loved it, which I was happy about. She didn't have to get past the first 3 episodes. She liked it right away.
Tight.
But it was interesting to me that she didn't see certain things coming. I was like, damn, you didn't watch I Love Lucy. Like, spoiler alert. I knew right away what was going on with that whole heart on the calendar, what is this about type situation. It's like, oh, this is clear. He's going to think it's this. She's going to think it's that. It's going to come home to a mess.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But she was like, way to ruin it for me. I was like, wait, you didn't see that coming? Because
that was like every episode of I Love Lucy.
Exactly.
Some crazy misunderstanding, and then that's where the hilarity ensues.
Yeah. But I was like, well, there's clearly going to be some twist that I'm not telling you about, so you can look forward to that. It's like, how do you not see that that's happening too?
This is what I was going to tell you about WandaVision that blew my mind when I heard about it. Mm-hmm. So everybody that watched it was like, a lot of people that had complaints, they're like, I was so sick of the laugh track. I couldn't get, it was annoying me, whatever. Mm-hmm. That shit was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Really?
Real audience for that shit, dog.
That's cool as fuck.
Isn't that crazy?
That's super cool.
Yeah, because I watched a little, like Marvel just put out a little, like, little featurette of the shooting of the first couple episodes, and there was a fucking whole ass audience there watching them shoot it.
But was it a laugh track? Because it still sounds like...
It does sound laugh tracky.
Yeah. Oh, well, when they do the audience, they do the...
Yeah.
Shit, so that makes sense.
Here's also another fun fact.
Fun fact.
To make the colors pop right, Vision, actually, when they shot the black and white episode, he couldn't be in red because it came out too dark. So he was actually painted blue.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting. Didn't know that.
But yeah, I'm fucking love that show. I'm hyped for it. I just look. We watched a lot of TV growing up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the reasons why we appreciate that show so much.
Yeah.
Because every era, the way they like got it on point was crazy.
What I love most about it are the wigs. None of the wigs are bad.
Yeah, it's not a Tyler Perry production over here.
Not at all. But when they do stuff like that, when it's not a dedicated timepiece, if one episode is this, they don't go too hard on the wigs. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see that but these are great.
This is
if
Marvel.
I didn't do so much studying about hairlines trying to get mine back, I wouldn't have known that those were wigs.
When I saw advertisements for WandaVision, I was like, babe, okay, you got to watch this shit with me, okay? Knowing that Chia isn't a huge Marvel head, but I was like, oh, but nah, it's different. It's different. And then I watched like an episode or two. I was like, okay, nah, she would have hated this. Because not only like is Chia not fucked with the old shows like I do, but with the exception of Three's Company, that's her shit.
That's funny.
But also, you know, she just can't keep track with all the Marvel shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like it definitely would have been like, spoiler alert, when they had the, when her brother came back, it was recasted. And I was watching like this. What? and so, but I know Chia would have been like.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm not super Marvel guy.
Right, and I knew that.
I have I've seen the character. I know it's not the same actor and all of that stuff, but didn't know that they were brother and sister. Don't know that guy's name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know much. Hell, I didn't like Vision in the movies. I didn't like her character. I know it's Wanda on here, but she has like a name.
Yeah. Scarlet Witch is her superhero name.
Didn't give a fuck about her.
Right.
I didn't pay attention to any of these characters. And I still love them.
Do you know why people were so potentially hyped about the recast of her brother?
No.
So, the reason why people are so hyped is because her brother in the Marvel movies was portrayed by a different character, right? But in the Fox-owned X-Men movies, which are the only X-Men movies that have really come out, the dude that plays her brother on WandaVision is playing Quicksilver, okay? So people were hyped because they were like, finally, this is how the MCU is going to find a way to bring in the X-Men. So that's why people got excited.
And then when it was what it was, did they get mad?
Wait, what?
Because the way I'm hearing it, it's like this ain't.
Oh, when like after all, it's like, oh, never mind, it's not actually him.
They bring up him being recasted.
Yeah.
On the show,
yeah.
She brings up like, you don't look like you. He says, I don't look like me. I don't know why and all this shit. So does that change anything? Because it sounds like for it to make sense, it would have to just be a new Aunt Viv type situation where you just go with it. Although Jazz did make the comment in the show.
Right.
But like, so that doesn't.
So here's the theory, right? Here's the theory. It's that Wanda, with what she's done, it introduces the whole aspect of multiverse. You feel me?
Yeah, okay.
So everything is kind of all existing at the same time.
Yeah.
So now they can totally just lump it all together and make it their own way. It makes sense, you know? Hey, man. Hey. You know what? I love to eat, but I'm not really trying to be out in the public like that. And I also, I'm not too nice with the culinary skills, which is why I F with HelloFresh. Okay, now let me tell you guys something, all right? HelloFresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit, okay? Look. HelloFresh cuts out the stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less. Now, I'm speaking from my heart, off the top of my dome right now, when I say that over 4 out of 5 HelloFresh customers say HelloFresh helps them lead a healthier lifestyle with delicious, low-calorie, carb-smart, and vegetarian options available each week.
Wow. Say it backwards. Wow. But for real though, me and Chia actually get down on the HelloFresh like 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes she feels like cooking. Sometimes I feel like cooking. It maps all the directions real easy for you. Turns me into a little chef. You know what I'm saying? I get to pretend like I'm on Chopped, whipping something up for my she's not pregnant anymore. My wife and our child. She's only drinking breast milk right now, but you get what I'm saying. HelloFresh makes it easy, all right? And just for y'all, I got a special treat, okay? Go to hellofresh.com/drink12 and use code drink12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. Wow, that's actually very lit. So you guys should definitely do that. I'm gonna say that again. That's hellofresh.com/drink12 and use code drink12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping, okay? F with it. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. Let me just tell you guys real quick, off the top of my dome, from my heart, I'm just speaking organically here. As the world becomes increasingly uncomfortable, we're all looking for as much comfort as we can get, alright? And the one thing I can always count on is how comfortable my Purple mattress is. Now truly, it's lit. That's because Purple is comfort reinvented. I'm just speaking from the heart. Only Purple has the grid, a stretchy gel material that's amazingly supportive for your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips. I don't know how it does it. It's just fantastic. Okay? The grid bounces back as you move and shift. Unlike memory foam, which remembers everything, that's why memory foam has craters and divots. Ugh, hate it. Here's the thing. I like me the Purple mattress because it's that grid. It's real squishy, you know what I'm saying? And your boy's posture is messed up. So I need a very personalized experience for my back and my spine and my lower lumbar. If you know what I'm saying. If I said that right. Probably not. But just for you guys, I got a special treat, alright? Purple really is comfort for an uncomfortable world. Right now, you'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/nochaser10 and use promo code nochaser10. That's purple.com/nochaser10. Promo code nochaser10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/nochaser10. Promo code nochaser10. Terms apply. I said that all those times because I wanted to, not because it's written down like that.
Now, you said you haven't seen the last episode that aired?
I did.
Okay, so does that change it? I don't want to say that part because that's just too much or something. The fact that...
that she's... Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
no, because it still opens everything up to... the multiverse.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This is so annoying for the people who don't want to watch and just want to hear it, but I'm thinking about the people who are watching or haven't watched it.
Hey man, it's been a week. That's like a month in today's times.
Yeah.
And what happens, and also here's the thing, the new Doctor Strange movie that's coming up is all about multiverses anyways.
Okay.
So this is kind of, I think, going to introduce like, hey, look, this could be happening, and I think the multiverse Doctor Strange movie is just going to fucking lay it all out there.
Okay.
You feel me?
Cool.
So people are hyped. That's why people are hyped. That's immediately where my mind went, and I didn't know if that's what like everyone else thought until I went on Twitter, and I'm like, okay. So people are hyped for the reason I'm hyped.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
But in kind of also exciting news, secondary to WandaVision, I had a child.
Betavision.
I Betavision. Aww. I had a child a week ago, like literally like a week ago. And also, welcome home, Bobby Shmurda. I just caught a baby about a week ago. And I tell you what, it's pretty fucking cool.
Is it?
We are tired as shit.
I fucking bet.
More Chia than me, because here's the thing, and we'll discuss this in vlogs, but I feel like, you know. Huh?
Women are weak, yeah.
Women are just weak and can't do anything for themselves. No, our baby is small. It's a little baby. And it's kind of, it's normal for a baby to lose a little bit of weight, like when it's first out in the world, because when it's in the belly, it's just constantly eating.
Yeah, it's exercising and shit.
Yeah, so she been crying, burning calories.
All liquid diet and shit.
Exactly. So now the doctor recommended, she's like, normally when you think of having a baby, you think, oh, the baby's waking you up at 2 a.m. for some feeding or to change its poopy diapers, right? But since our baby is smaller, we have to wake the baby up every 2 to 2.5 hours to like basically like keep feeding her to make sure she keeps growing at this stage in her life.
Yeah.
So we can't sleep for more than 2 hours at a time.
Yeah.
And actually, I can't.
Yeah.
but I try to like wake up with her to like, while she's breastfeeding, grab shit, like feed her, whatever, right? And so definitely I'm sleepy. She is way sleepier because there's times when she might be feeding and I'm like, you need help? and I'm dozing off, right? She said there was one night, bro, I definitely woke up refreshed as fuck. I woke up at like 5 a.m. feeling like, are you good? And she was like, you knocked out. I think from like 1 to 5, I knocked out.
Damn.
And she was like, I was there, babe. I was like, babe, calling you. And I just wasn't waking up. I was like, sorry.
Hilarious. Yeah, I couldn't imagine, bro. I'd be so sleepy with no baby.
Yeah.
I just be I'm sleepy right now, and I got a lot of sleep last night. But I also drank a lot of melatonin. Yeah, so but yeah, I can't do it.
That's the thing about it. She was already a sleepy ass girl as it is too. Yeah. She's a sleepy ass woman, and now we got this baby, and we can't be sleepy. But the baby's so cute, man. Yeah. It's so cute.
Why can't? Oh, because you have to feed her every 2 hours. I was about to say because she always sleep.
The baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta keep waking up.
You gotta keep waking
up. Yeah. And the thing is like and we can't do the whole like they recommend not doing the bottle shit at least until like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's not like we can load up on bottles and I can like take turns feeding. Like right now it's basically all chia, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a struggle, but we get used to it. Bro, I'm a diaper changing G now.
Yeah, you a whiz.
I'm a whiz with the whiz because I used to. Because before the baby, I had never changed a diaper in my whole life. Literally not one diaper. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, oh, okay. Here's what I keep singing. I told you this already, but I'm going to tell it to the podcast. When I first changed her diaper and it was shit in it, like they be sleeping and shit. So like, the diaper gets all like, the shit gets everywhere. So I'm wiping her off and I'm like, oh, you got some poop in your cooch? Woo, got some poop in your cooch, baby.
Bruh. She's probably so annoyed, but can't say it. Like, bro, could you not? Like, that's embarrassing, Dad.
Dad, oh my God, what song is this even? Oh yeah, poop in the cooch, man.
That sucks for babies.
And
they just got shit on themselves,
bro. And sometimes here's the thing, right? Because Beta's not a shit and cry ass girl. She's you just gotta check me, man. Yeah. Either it's there or it's not, right? So I'm like, it was definitely a day. I'm like, oh, you got some dry shit in here, huh?
you been done shit. Okay.
And there was another day. This was the first time. It was funny because she was like, babe, can you check the baby? I'm just gonna go like, brush my teeth and shit. I'm like, all right, cool. And she went off to do her thing. I'm like, cool. I changed enough diapers now. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. I'm wiping. I'm on my. I try to use like a hand, I'm on like my third wet wipe just to get it real clean. Yeah. And then I'm like, I wipe. I'm like, why is there shit on this third one? And I lift up a leg, and she's shitting again at me. And the shit's coming out, and then she's pissing and shitting at the same time. I was like, oh! And I'm like screaming.
Babies are crazy.
And she said she was literally in the other room thinking like, oh, it's so great that I can just leave Tim to just handle it without me. And I'm in there like, ah!
Such a TV show.
Oh man, what's up? You and Toy about to?
No, bro. I'm not ready. I think you really gotta be like on your selfless shit to have a baby, and I'm not there yet.
I feel that. I mean, you and Toy just moved in together too. It's like y'all should really take the time to.
Enjoy
I mean, not even to say that you were even planning on having any type of children.
Yeah, we're not. But so we coming up on 5 years
together.
Yeah, I only got 3.5 of them to not live with her, and now I'm supposed to have a fucking baby? Nah, I'm good.
Here we go. My favorite. Who don't like fucking? Personally, I like having sex. We all like having sex, but I'm getting old. I'm a whole father now, and Lord knows, I put in my work 9 months ago, but now your boy be tired. This baby is crying all the time, and sometimes I need a little boost when I'm trying to get it in, and that's why I F with BlueChew.com. Okay, if you have a hard time taking pills, you're not alone. Get the only sildenafil and tadalafil chewables by visiting BlueChew.com. I'm just speaking from the heart. At BlueChew.com, the chewables from BlueChew can be taken on a full or empty stomach. Online physician consult is free, so it is cheaper than those other two, Viagra and Cialis. It only takes a few minutes to connect with a BlueChew.com affiliated physician, and if you qualify, you get prescribed online quickly, okay? BlueChew.com offers many performance enhancement for the bedroom. And anywhere else you trying to get it in, you little freak nasties. Here's a great deal for you guys, all right? Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use promo code TIM. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TIM.
It's cool. Like, me and Chia, like Chia's a G. I definitely, like, Chia was already kind of mom mentality in terms of social life. Mm-hmm. Like, doesn't enjoy drinking anymore, doesn't like people at all. Mm-hmm. And also
nags everybody.
has no types of knowledge of any current memes or things that are currently funny. You feel me?
Weird looking jeans.
Man, she ain't worn jeans in a year.
That's funny.
But so it hasn't been a crazy transition. I mean, the quarantine definitely made it a little easier.
Yeah,
right? Because I'm not feeling like, man, I got FOMO, this event, that event. It's like no one's doing shit. And even when I see people doing shit, I'm like, ew.
Yeah, what are you doing shit for?
Yeah, for real.
I be feeling weird doing this. I do like a handful of things, right? I do this.
Yeah.
I go to the grocery store or Target a lot. Fuck a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to this little gym to box. That's it.
Yeah.
I still be nervous.
Yeah.
Like, did I catch it? Everybody had a mask on, but did I catch it?
Man,
everybody tested, but did I catch it?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be back in the studio for the next few episodes of No Chaser. We're back in the studio, not in my backyard anymore. I know y'all like the backyard. I like it too, to be honest, but it's just easier to go to the studio, you know? And at the same time, even though it's just going to be like a few of us, with the exception of maybe a guest or two, I still am like, ugh. Yeah. And this little who else was using these microphones? Right. And
I'm going to be back to carrying Lysol with me everywhere.
Good.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy because, like, so many companies to this day, it was literally a random-ass little restaurant in, like, it was either North Carolina or South Carolina. They were like, we'd love to fly you out to come, review our food. I'm like, it's a whole pan dulce out here, bro.
Yeah, people don't be giving a fuck. And they see so many influencers not giving a fuck. Mm-hmm. Everybody going to Hawaii and Mexico and shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Damn. So then I was like, damn, how much is it to go to Hawaii? I was about to go to Hawaii, but I think I'm gonna wait till like summer at least.
Hawaii's so cheap, man, right now. It's crazy. You know what's crazy? Did I tell you that Thailand basically offered to like fly me and Chi out for like a month?
Yes. Vietnam, Tway, the same.
Oh,
yeah, with
really?
Me and Tway. Yeah.
To increase the tourism?
To visit a fish sauce place. So it wasn't Thailand, it was a fish sauce place. Vietnamese, whatever.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
Bro, okay, side note, when I was filming Deliciousness like a month ago, I could not say Vietnamese for the life of me one day.
It's hard sometimes.
I did one of these, bro. I was like, yeah, I was talking about pho. I was like, yeah, a little traditional Vietnamese, Vietnamese. And I could not get it out. I was like,
the V one. You know.
Time out. Vietnamese. I just couldn't get it.
In first. That's all you have to remember.
I've never done that before in my life, and then I had to do it in front of Kelly Kapowski.
Hilarious. And you know how she feels about the Vietnamese.
She loves them.
Yeah, and you fucking ruining it.
Thailand, one of their main just money makers for the country is tourism.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's one of the most popular tourist countries, and so with the Rona and all the shit going on, everything slowed down like crazy.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to fly me out for like a month to hit a whole they were like, we're gonna take you on a tour of like the 6 cities in Thailand, and while you quarantine out here, we're gonna put you in one of the best hotels. And I was like, yeah. And we probably would have been down if Chia wasn't so pregnant at that point.
Yeah.
Chia was like 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And
Chia always ruining something, bro.
and my mom was still like, you should just go. You and Chia should just go. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm like, Mom.
So she can give birth in Thailand?
Is that what you want, Mom?
Probably.
Shit. Have a little Thai baby, legal citizen.
Right.
You know, she can do the dual citizenship still. Our baby can be Canadian and American. I thought that was a thing of the past now. But it's still a thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So like,
doesn't Canada have like Commonwealth with
England? I'm not sure. The lady on their money is the Queen of England.
Yeah.
I think that's how. Yeah.
So she benefit from that?
I don't know how that works.
Either. Let's call it deep pride.
I tell you.
Deep pride. Who calls him that anymore?
I still call him Pride when I'm talking to him.
That's funny.
I'm like, yo, Pride was good.
It's Russell.
I still I miss Canada too. I miss traveling a lot, to be honest.
I do miss traveling. Like, I really think I'm just gonna have to get yelled at and go to Hawaii. It looks so nice.
I mean,
I've never been. I'm the only person I know who's never been.
Hawaii's dope, man.
One of the only people. Yeah.
Hawaii's like so nice, bro. And like, the people are mad nice. The food is fucking fire. Every time I go to Hawaii, I gain like 10 pounds because, you know, of course, you know, you just want to know you want to try all the dope shit. And all the dope shit is like so delicious. Even if you just go to like, you know, Oahu, which is like, you know, where all the tourists go, and go to Honolulu and shit. You know what's funny is like, first time me and Chia really went to Hawaii together, I wanted to go to the hotel from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is on Oahu, but it's on the less populated side of the island. And so we went, stayed at that hotel, and people told us, they're like, yeah, you know, that side of the island is more peaceful, it's more traditional. It's not gonna be like, if you want to go to like bars and shit like that, you got to go to Honolulu on the other side of the island. So we're like, oh, we should be straight. But then I think after a couple of days, we're like, all right, let's go. We gotta go do something. It's just like, and then we but the other side of the island is literally like hour and some change drive away. Yeah. And that's where you got like, oh man, just like all the food spots and the clubs and the bars and all that shit.
Normally I would want to go to the quiet side, but I've been here long enough. Right. Let me go do the fun shit. I don't know what fun shit I'm gonna do.
Man, you would love it, dog. Let's all go.
And I might even bring my girlfriend.
Actually, Rick, sorry I spoke over your joke right now. It was funny. Chia really wants to take the baby to Hawaii.
Now?
Like, not now, but when the baby is like alive, like more alive. Because right now I still gotta be like, hey, are you breathing?
Oh shit!
But when the baby's more of a fun baby, she like really wants to go to Hawaii.
That's so funny. Baby, stop being dead and bored.
It literally just shits and sleeps right now.
That's so interesting. Like, I think that's the part right there that gives me the most, I don't know if I'm ready for that, that boring stage. Like, so I just go be tired for, all right. That's how you go do me, baby.
But, okay, yes, they don't do shit right now but shit and sleep. But Instagram likes go crazy.
I bet. I'm just going to start posting her all the time.
That would probably be good.
Posting her and the twins all the time.
Bro,
back and forth.
But you know what? I'll tell you this, though. Because they so don't do anything, like, because Veda don't do shit, when she does the smallest thing, it's hilarious. I think what were me and Chia were just trying to feed it something, or we're trying to do something to it, and she was just she just did one of these, like from being asleep all the time, to just staring at us, and we were we were cracking up, and I was like, wow, this is. I'm like, and I remember when you and Tway were over here visiting, and I was changing the diaper, and Tway was like, wow, Tim is a whole ass dad now, and I'm like, this is weird.
It's so weird, cause you're a child.
I'm a fucking man child, bruh, but now I'm like, and she was impressed. She said that she was like, wow, she's like, you're really good with the baby, because she was impressed because, mind you, I've never been around babies. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was around babies, I was, cool, because it was weird, like just holding a baby up until this point was strange for me, and I've never ever been around that. But when it's your own, it's like, oh shit, this came from me. This is crazy.
I made this life. Yeah, I'm good with babies once they're babies.
Yeah,
not good with babies.
I remember you were like, I'll hold it when it can get its neck upright.
Yeah, it was this shit. Nah, bro. You stay on that pillow.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary because, like, honestly, man, people always tell you, make sure you support that head, but it's definitely sometimes
they be moving. Yeah,
they be moving, and it's like you might accidentally move a hand and it does one of the. You're like, oh God, are you okay? You good, baby?
Exactly, bro. Terrifying. Oh, you didn't go to Chloe's first birthday party.
No,
but Gabby was there.
Okay.
It's Aaron Paula's baby. Since you don't go and visit anybody, you don't be knowing anything.
I was like, Eric's ex was at Misha's birthday party. That's weird.
That's hilarious. And she was still fairly little. She could support her neck, but Aaron left her with me. I was terrified for a second. But I had on a Laker jacket, and she started playing with the Laker emblem. So I'm like, all right, she don't like the Warriors. She like the Lakers. We good here. But at first, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Babies are scary.
They really are. They really, really are. And, I'm excited to see where this shit goes, man. Like, it's weird to think that that it's going to start. Like, its personality depends on me and Chia, what we say to it, what we show to her. Let me stop saying it now that I know it's a girl.
Cracks me up every fucking time.
Well, we called it for 9 months because we didn't know what she was.
That's going to be her nickname. It.
My mom.
It's telling me no.
But my daddy. It's funny because so grandma in Thai is depending on what side the grandma's on, it's either kunya or kunyai. Okay, so on my mom's side, she's kunya. So we're like, okay, we can have the baby call you Yaya, like this my Yaya, right? And then my dad was like, wait a second, because grandpa in Thailand is kun pu. He's like, I don't want to be poo poo.
That's funny. Too late. You're poo-poo.
He's poo-poo.
That's funny.
And they started calling her Dada, Veda.
Oh,
yeah. I'm like, all right, cool.
I got the best nickname for her, and it's not going on the podcast, so y'all can't be in the comments trying to call her that, but just know I got the best nickname for her.
It's cute, and it's something along the lines of the joke y'all been making, but it's cute. Yeah, man. Life is crazy.
Life is fucking crazy. You're a dad. Eric's a fucking dad.
Eric's been a dad,
It's so weird. I'm like a father figure to Tway. It's fucking crazy, man. I met Tway's dad recently, yeah.
For the first time?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
shit.
Because he doesn't live here. He lives far. But he came out, a couple months ago. Yeah, a couple months ago. Cool dude. I like him.
It was good. It was all good.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked before, like via FaceTime and stuff like that.
Well,
actually got to meet him.
Well, I remember the first time I talked to Chia's dad via like Skype, FaceTime, back when we were still like long distance, right? It was early on, like when she just kind of, her dad knew that she was flying to LA to see some boy, right? Because originally she was telling her parents that she had like a friend in LA or something shit, like she was going to LA with her friends or something like that, right? And then finally it was like, okay, I've been talking to this boy in LA, blah blah blah. And then when I finally talked to him on Skype for the first time, he popped up and he was like, Tim, my man, how are you? Right? I had a little conversation. He left the room. She was like, he has never called my man. He has never said my man to any boy that I've dated. Funny. I was like, oh my God, he loves me already.
Hell yeah.
It's lit.
Dads be cool, unless they suck.
Thank you.
Or unless you suck.
Oh man, I mean, my parents are hyped, of course. They're super, they find, like my mom, you know, they met the baby. I didn't let them like do no kissing and shit like that, but like, you know, well they're getting vaccinated this week. They're getting their second vaccination shot this week, so that'll feel better all around for me. And they're so obsessed, dog. Like literally, all they did was like look at the baby sleeping for like an hour, and then text me the next day talking about, we miss her so much already.
They were waiting a long time.
They were waiting for years. And it's my mom, this Chia was holding the baby. And my mom, like, because like we said, Veda just be asleep, right? Yeah. So my mom was like, just open her eyes a little bit. She was like, no! Just let me get this picture.
That's hilarious.
Moms.
Freaking moms.
She is a mom now. And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what. One thing I liked at first and don't like anymore is how messy our house is.
That's funny.
Because Chia used to be all about keeping the shit squeaky clean, right? And then I always be like, babe, we're people. Let the house get a little messy. It's natural. It's fun. Just do it, right? And then the house started getting a little messy when, you know, baby shit was coming in and she was getting more and more pregnant. I was like, see, this is real life. This is how people live. But I tell you right now, with that little week-old in there, this shit is messy, bro.
You pissed off.
I'm looking around like, God.
Yeah.
Someone do something about this.
It's pretty crazy, man, because like we do like a weekly cleaning. But I don't know, shit gets messy real fast over there.
So fast.
And I be like, ew, I hate us. What is this? It is not like food or trash or anything. It's just shit that needs to go back to its place, I guess. I don't know. It's messy. What are we talking about?
I remember I went to J.R. Aquino's house one time in Vegas, right? And he got his own spot. I'm going to put him on blast because he's grown now. He's engaged. Congratulations to him and his new engagement. But I remember when he was like living his bachelor life in Vegas, had a house to himself. That shit was disgusting.
It was big. It's big as hell, too.
I remember I was like, it was already kind of messy. And I went to go use like just a bathroom upstairs. It was a half-eaten Subway sandwich just on the sink counter, dog. I was like, what is happening here, man?
That's hilariously gross.
Oh, God. So, you know, right now, me and Chia are just really trying to figure out how to find our way back to normal life, but also balance it with this baby, right? Yeah. And, you know, before the baby came, bro, we were chilling. We just bought this Nintendo Switch like 2 months ago. We've been playing Mario Kart every night. Bullshit, right? Not doing a whole lot of anything. Started playing Mario Party. We want you and Tway to come over and play. We want you and Play to come over and Tway.
Tway it up.
And the other night specifically, Chia was knocking out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go take a shower, right? So I go first. I take a shit. I take very long shits, and then I was in the shower, and then I get a couple texts from Chia. She was like, babe, where are you? I'm like in the shower. She's like, fuck. She's like, I have to poo so bad, but I have the baby, but the baby's awake, right? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, I was like, I'll come out right now. Are you good? She was like, no. She's like, it's fine. She's behaving, right? So I get out of the shower finally, right? And she always shits with the door halfway open. And so she's in the guest bathroom. I walk over there to check on her, dog. And she's in there shitting and breastfeeding at the same time.
Hilarious.
sleepy as hell.
disgusting.
At like 2 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't help with this.
That's so funny. Fuck, babies are crazy. They can't just chill by themselves.
No.
That would be so dope if they could, like, right away, just hand them a bag of chips.
They can't even really sleep by themselves. You got to keep checking on them and shit.
That's crazy.
Did you know there's a syndrome known as SIDS?
Yeah.
You know about the SIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. And they can't sleep certain ways or they could just fucking die. It's crazy, man.
It's so fucking crazy.
And I'm over here out here for 2 hours bullshitting with y'all doing this shit.
So you better watch it and Patreon and send me money directly. What's my PayPal?
Man, you know
shucks@gmail.com.
You know, everybody at JK News, they're pretty much only uploading on Patreon now.
Yeah?
Yeah, because their YouTube channel, I guess, is like, not only do their videos keep getting demonetized, I mean, like, we all kind of go through that. Like, a lot of my videos get demonetized as well, but JK was saying that they basically, they're getting up there in their strikes, and they don't want to risk uploading something and getting a third strike and completely losing their channel.
Yeah.
And, you know, YouTube, unless you're kind of, I mean, even me, right? I've been on YouTube for like 15 years, and I feel like I'm pretty even known amongst like the company of YouTube because I'm like an OG in this shit. It's hard for me to communicate with anybody or really get a personal someone on the line if I have issues with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, man, we're not gonna risk it. We're just putting everything on Patreon now.
Yeah, that's so crazy. What are they getting strikes for? Like,
it's tricky, right? Cause like they're a news channel, right? So it's tricky where you can't really show other people's videos because then you could get a copyright strike. So sometimes they'll want to talk about videos, but they're like, oh, we can't show it. Yeah. And I guess maybe I don't know exactly the details of it, but I think they got some copyright strikes, and then they also they talk about a lot of shit. So I guess, I don't know, something got flagged as inappropriate, got a strike. I'm not even sure, man. It's like, it's so tricky nowadays. I literally have a strike for a video, dog, where I got a video removed, a sketch, a Halloween sketch we did. It got flagged for nudity. There was no nudity in it. The video of you and me talking about the like 5 times girls hurt us or some shit like that got removed and got me a strike, I think, for something like encouraging gambling or some shit like that. I forget. And it might have been because I think I put a link to some like website, right? Yeah. But I don't know exactly even the details were, and I was like, yo, I can remove this link. It's not a big deal. But it was like, nope, I got no reply. The video's gone. And it is what it is.
That's so stupid. I haven't uploaded on YouTube in a long fucking time. I owe a video to somebody. Like, I don't know if you want me to post it there. I'll post it. But yeah, I don't know how that shit goes. But see what you people are doing? You fucking super sensitive / cancel culture ass people. You're going to make it so that you can't enjoy shit unless you pay.
It's weird, man. Like, it's interesting in terms of like people ruining things because they're offended, right? Yeah. Because in terms of like when you say things on Twitter, you can say something on Twitter, and if people don't hear your sarcasm, they can get super offended, right? Yeah. Take it completely the wrong way. Whereas, like, I always talk about shit like this. Like, you and me will say jokes in conversations, and I'm like, and I'll write them down, and I'm like, we could never put this in a sketch. But if I framed it as a script for a movie character, then it would fly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's because context-wise, when people can separate it and like, oh, this is a fictional character, this is fine, this is a fucked up character, it's funny, right? Yeah. But it's like, even for me, I feel like if I put a sketch out with that same joke, it's gonna be like it's gonna cause an uproar because people have a problem separating between me and like the guy in the sketches.
Yeah, because you're the writer as well.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? This came from your brain. It's easy that when it's a movie, somebody else wrote this character for you. You're just portraying it. We get it.
Right.
But yeah, fuck all that, man. I'm tired of the you getting to have power just because you're offended. Because you may have been offended and that sucks, but there's probably so many people who weren't offended by
I know.
that. Why does I don't know. I'm sick of this shit.
You know what's crazy is it's crazy when context is just completely left out of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because you have shows like, I think I watched a Fine Bros video one time where they were showing either clips of Seinfeld or clips of Friends, and the subject was like, does it hold up? And they were showing clips of Seinfeld, and the teenagers nowadays were like, oh my God, this is offensive, this is problematic. But it's like, bro, the characters in Seinfeld were horrible people.
Yeah.
You know, this is why the show is funny. It's because you're not watching normal people.
Yeah.
You're watching people that are fucked up. The same goes for like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Which
Oh my God.
they are like the worst people in the world.
Bruh.
And that's the show.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to watch this and be like, oh my God, this is, how could they? Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, what world are you guys living in?
Yeah.
You expect everybody to just be perfect and sweet and nice, and if they're not, they're supposed to hide from society? Nah, sometimes we're gonna shine a light on the shitty people in
Yes.
the world. It's so fucking weird. But yeah, that first episode of Always Sunny, if a lot of people were to catch that today, oh my God.
Yeah, it's you know, and even yes, because we are in today.
Yeah.
You watch it and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know? But then also you kind of understand that, like, let's talk about that episode, right? When the black dude is first in the bar and he's like, yeah, nah, it was crazy. It was N-words hanging from rafters, and he says it with the A, right? And then later on when Charlie repeats it and he says it with the ER,
Yeah.
and it sounds extra fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Anybody watching that without ever seeing the show or even really knowing the show is like, this is, cancel this, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, I feel like you and me have been around people, and especially when we are in our Europe travels, where they don't know there's a difference between ER and the A, right?
They don't know that they shouldn't be saying it.
Right.
They don't know. And it's like,
Well, maybe now they do because of like,
Yeah.
you know, the times.
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely times back in the day where, like, I think it was the difference of even someone being like, hey, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. They feel
Yeah.
like it was just a slang way of saying the word.
yeah. When I say don't know, I don't mean like they've never heard that you shouldn't say it. It's just, bro, I know somebody who shall remain nameless who still says Oriental.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
And really feels like, nah. Like, I'm not saying nothing offensive.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know how they missed
Yeah.
that you don't say that now, but they really don't see what the issue is with that.
Right.
There's people who grew up with certain things that are just like, nah, that's what you say. That's what they're called. It's like, yo, what the fuck? That shit's crazy.
You know, and the thing about it is, it's so crazy because nowadays, you know, there's so many, especially with Twitter and with everybody having a platform, right, to say whatever. And, like, there's just so many new words I just don't know.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
It's new words and it's new fucking situations. So this just happened yesterday. Sorry, Twig, I'm put your business on blast right here. But it's like two sides of this whole like cancel, expose, yada yada culture, right? So Twig is Vietnamese, right? Some girl sent her a picture of a red envelope, I do believe, and it had some Chinese, what would you call that? It's not characters.
Just, I don't know, lettering. Like
So,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Asking her to translate it, right? So Twig was like, I'm not Chinese.
Yeah.
Now she went and screenshotted and posted that. Now that's something I'm normally like against. Like that could be between y'all. Why do you have to post that? Whatever, right? But it is a important conversation because there's people who don't see
the difference.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I know how to fucking translate that?
Yeah.
That's not my language.
Right.
So there was people mad at her for posting it.
Mad at
like,
Sway?
Yeah, like, why are you being like that?
Oh, like, why didn't you just educate her or
yeah,
something?
shit like that. Then you got other people that are mad at the girl who asked in the first place, and everybody's trying to like out expose the other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, what is going on here? Now it's just we're offended by being offended.
Right.
This shit is fucking crazy out here. To the actual girl who said it, she explained to her though, like why that doesn't feel okay. Like, because the girl went on to say she knows Tway's not Chinese. So it's like, okay, so then do you not see? Yeah. You know, it really feels like you're saying since I'm Asian,
right?
You know what I'm saying? We should all know the shit. And the girl was black, right? Now Tway didn't say this, but I'm like, if somebody was to send me like a African poem, and be like, yo, can you translate this with me? I'ma feel away,
right? Of course.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, why would I know that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but the girl was like, nah, get the fuck out of here. It was just a question. Like, yo, everybody is weird.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is weird.
Oh man, it's just, you know what it is, like. There's that, right? There's people getting offended, and then there's also like that girl who got mad that Tway would even say I'm offended. Yeah. And the thing about Twitter is like, not only is, you know, it gives everybody a platform to be offended. You're welcome to be offended, but also it makes everybody just so sassy for no reason.
Yeah, it's
What's
like,
the
yo,
point?
Get out of there. And it's like, I mean, I don't know. I just have like a real kind of like set structure on that shit. If I say something about this and you get offended, I don't really give a fuck. I wasn't talking to you. Yeah. Whatever I said about this, I meant it. If it makes you feel away, meh. Yeah. But if I say something to you and you get offended, I'll apologize. Right. If my intention wasn't to offend you. Yeah. I don't get why that's so hard for people. If you're just speaking in general and somebody comes out of left field, oh, I don't like the fact that you this, and this, tell them to suck your ass. You know what I'm saying? This is how I feel about whatever it is I feel about. But when you're doing or saying something directly to someone specifically and they don't like it, why is it so hard to just be like, my bad? Right. Even if you don't feel like what you did was wrong, you don't get to choose how someone else feels about it.
See, and that's the stupidest thing about the internet, bro, is that you have this whole world of information to see how other people do their things in their lives. But instead of being like, oh, that's different, that's cool, people want to get mad that it's different from the way they do things.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's why it's so easy to go viral on Twitter to be like, this is how I like to make my sandwich. Yeah. Because you will have motherfuckers from another side of the country being like, you toast it like that? Yeah. That's fucking disgusting.
You fucking weird,
I
bro.
toast it like this. Yeah. And then you have these people arguing when it's like, bro, you haven't even tried this.
Yeah, and I don't care. This is how I like my sandwich. Yeah. So when the shit like that, I get so annoyed. Like, bro, what are you here for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say shit specifically about you or your ethnic group or anything other than state what I like or what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are y'all so mad about?
Honestly, man, I'm tweeting a whole lot less nowadays. I'm just like, I post, like, I I'll say my funny shit that I think is funny.
Yeah.
I'll post a little video to promote my funny YouTube shit or my funny IG shit, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to living my life.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, that's the best way to do it. I had to talk to her after this because she used to get like very bothered by shit like that. She's getting a lot better, but she still has that urge to be heard. And I'm like, you gotta lose that a little bit.
Right.
Like, being heard on social media isn't worth it a lot of times because these people they're just hearing you. They're not listening.
Yeah.
They're hearing and they're waiting for you to shut up so they can say what they want to say. It rarely goes anywhere. But for me, when it's stuff like that, because I do agree that that's something that needs to be talked about, or at the very least, just put how you feel out there.
Yeah.
Because it is rude to just be like, oh, translate this.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck? But there's ways to do it. So what she screenshotted it, posted it, and then I don't know, she said something sassy. And I'm like, that's why people came at you. What I would have done was posted it and then gave my whole spiel about why I'm not okay with this. All my points. Then it doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Because it's your truth.
Yeah, I said what it is. You either learned something from it or you didn't, but whatever the case, you took it in.
Yeah.
I no longer have to go back and forth with anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you just say the quick, sassy thing, it's up for interpretation. People can interpret it as you being mean or bitchy or not understanding or being too quick to, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit. So, yeah. Navigating the social medias with these sensitive people or being a sensitive person it ain't easy.
Yeah, man. Thing about it is, like, we old, you and me. You know what I'm saying? I think there was definitely a time in my life where I thrived on trying to be sassy, right? The sassy comeback, right, was my shit. I loved it. And I'll still throw in like a yo mama joke, I had sex with your mom, whatever, just to kind of have a little back and forth. And just because I feel like it's fun.
Yeah.
But, you know, you really get to the point where you realize how pointless it is. You know, like I always have to remind myself that I'm wasting energy arguing with either some 12-year-old kid from some random city or from some fucking like 18-year-old that thinks they're grown. Because, man, like the fact that it's 2021 and kids born in 2000 are 21 now, I'm like, y'all don't know shit about shit, bro. I do not care what you're saying to me right now, what you learned. I do not care. You were born in 2000. Why are you arguing with me about things? I'm like, I'm really arguing with somebody that was born in 2000? Like, get out of here. It's like, for what?
They be feeling so smart.
I know. They feel so smart. And I'm like, dog, when you were born, I was like, when you were barely learning how to talk, I was in high school living my best life. Well, maybe not my best life, but I was living life in high school, you know?
I was living. The worst part about that is they'll hear this and not grasp it. You know what I'm saying? Things just old people talking shit.
Yeah.
And they know everything because they're older just because you older, yada, yada. But then they're going to get older.
Yes.
And they're going to look back on now and be like, fuck yeah, I was stupid.
Yeah, and look, same thing with us, man.
Yeah.
When we were dumbass high school kids, with dumbass 18-year-olds thinking we were grown and shit, hearing old people say some shit like that, be like, you don't have the right to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a person too. And then you get there and you're like, God, shut up.
Fuck, I didn't know what I was talking about. I felt like I did, though. I can tell y'all from experience, I definitely felt like I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Hey.
Then I learned. I didn't really know as much as I thought I did.
Hey, look, when I was giving those Dear De La Ghetto advice videos back when I was like, you know, first started on YouTube, I gave some good advice. But there's definitely some advice I gave back then where I'm like, I wouldn't give the same advice now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
And also, there's a lot of things that I don't like to talk about things unless I feel like I have that experience already.
Yeah.
So I was always talking from my own experience, you know? I just think it's just so many people nowadays just like to hear themselves talk. That's why I hate fucking Clubhouse.
Oh, God.
I can't get with it. I've tried it 3 times. I hate it so much. I feel like it's just a bunch of 2000 born babies talking.
It's not though, bro. It's some our age and older in
I
there.
know
who just
everybody's
wanna
on it.
fucking
I
talk,
know,
bro.
and everybody's just like there to hear themselves. It really
Yeah.
just feels like that to me.
To hear themselves and hopefully hear other people love the bullshit they're talking
Yes.
about. So yo, shut the fuck up. But yeah, man, these young people are the funniest and most annoying to me now. Cause like every year and a half they try to cancel Robert Downey Jr. for fucking Tropic Thunder. I'm
Right.
like, why do I have to keep having the same argument? You don't get it. Just you don't get it. I'm not even gonna explain it anymore. It's so fucking annoying.
I think, thank God, like universally, there's a lot of people that do get it for Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder. The fact that, I mean, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, that was portraying something to make a point about that something.
Yeah.
It was making fun of it.
Yeah,
You know?
every character was a fucking variation of the extremes of Hollywood.
Right.
You have the family-friendly actor who's actually a fucking drug addict, crazy motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You have the hardcore rapper who's secretly gay.
Yeah.
You have the nitwit fucking main actor who's blown up, but he's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And then you have the overly method.
Yes.
That's what it is. Like, how do you guys not get that shit?
Well, it's noisy as hell, bro.
So
I'm gonna
noisy.
go ahead and call this one, all right? But before we go, I'm gonna tell you this story that I want to tell you about noise. If y'all can hear this story, one time, you know, Rick does this thing where whenever he hears a random funny noise, he repeats it and he like mimics it, and he sounds just like it. So just living with Rick,
Not all the time.
like he does it a lot. Oh, you mean doesn't
I
always
don't
sound like it?
yeah.
So, you know, just being friends with Rick for so long, I do that now, just kind of instinctively. So one time me and Eric were in Miami. We had just hopped into a cab, right? Have I told you this story?
Yes, but I don't remember it.
Okay, so we hopped into a cab, and it was quiet. You know, sometimes you just be in the back of the Uber or the cab, you're just texting, right? So this dude's cab, he braked at the red light, and that shit went, eh. And I was chilling with Eric, just quiet on our phone, not even thinking about it. I was like, eh. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, I just clowned this man's car. And so Eric is like shaking with laughter because he's not trying to crack up at this dude's brakes. And I'm like, oh God, my bad.
That's hilarious.
All right, well, thank you for watching another noisy ass episode of the No Chaser podcast. Next time we'll be in the studio, so we won't have these issues, but we won't have this vibe. And now it's quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. All right, I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
Thanks for watching. Bye.